I'm Pat Cohn along with Executive Chef Scott Savage, and we are in the Savage Kitchen. Warm your home with a rich, thick, traditional soup served with chunky vegetables, bacon, and clams. Chef, I'm talking about the famous Cliff House New England clam chowder. Show us what to do.
Yes, this is one of my favorites. I don't know if we're famous for it, but you know what? It really is one of my favorites. Pretty simple dish here too. What we're going to do is we're going to start out. I've got some bacon up front there. Pat, if you can grab the bacon. The pork fat is the big part of this as far as I'm concerned. What we're going to do is we're going to cook this down. See, we're not going to add any butter. We're not going to add any oil to it because what we're going to use to thicken this is the fat that comes off the bacon. Add a little bit of flour to that, and that makes your roux, and that's going to thicken our chowder for us. So, I love the smell of bacon. And I'm using a nice Applewood smoked bacon in this one too, so you'll be able to smell that. What we're doing is we're just going to kind of get this cooking down, and actually we're going to go in with our onions, a little bit of celery. Get these out of our way. Thank you, Pat. Now we're going to kind of cook these down. We want to render down the fat on the bacon, so you can see some oil in there already. You want to caramelize the onions just a little bit, and just start that celery starting to break down. Get a little bit of translucency on that one too. So, let's let that go for a second. And once again, this is another one where I've kind of par-cooked my potatoes. Once again,
that's a good idea.
Watching the previous episodes, I like to, in my stews and things, I like to par-cook them because. Last thing you want to do is bite into a crunchy potato. So you can really vary it because you could add your potatoes in after this starts to cook down a little bit because they're already par-cooked, or add them in last minute or add them in the beginning because the potato, actually, if the potato does break down in there, gives it just a little more consistency, a little more hardiness too. So.
And that's something that you can do ahead of time to cut down on the amount of time that you have to spend actually cooking this.
Sure.
For those people that work and get home.
Because if you had par-done your potatoes and didn't have to worry about them cooking all the way, you could have this done in 20 minutes basically. You could be eating your chowder in an easy 20 minutes.
Fabulous.
So you can see how our onions are starting to get a little translucency there. The bacon's starting to cook up. And like I said, you can see that oil at the bottom that we're going to use to make our roux here.
And that's what you want.
Yep. So we're almost there. Basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of my flour, throw that in there. It's going to get kind of pasty in there, which is what you want. We're going to cook this flour down just a little bit. You can see how sucked up everything. But that flour is going to cook down just a little bit to cook a little bit of that the raw flour taste out of it. And then, there's your clams too.
Okay, the whole thing?
Yep, go ahead and dump the whole thing of clams in there. Gotta have a lot of clams.
This is one of my favorites also.
You can see how that kind of thickened just a little bit, just right there. You thickened up. So now we're gonna go in with our cream.
Heavy whipping cream.
I love heavy whipping cream. I will never make a chowder with milk, because with the milk, with the difference is less flour and less butter and things that you're going to need, because you got your fat content in there, and I just think that the heavy whipping cream gives it a much nicer flavor. So now we've got that going. Now we just maybe a little pinch of some garlic again, a little white pepper into there, a little bit of salt. And you got some Tabasco over there.
I
Why don't
see
you
that.
give it a shot or two of Tabasco just to give it a little bit of lift. Give it a couple. Come on.
Some real
there
shots
you go.
there. Okay.
And now we're just going to bring this up to a boil and let it simmer for 15-20 minutes, and you're good to go. Actually, we will add in our potatoes right now too, though.
This is very easy for people that work and just want to have everything ready to go. And, wonderful.
I mean, you could pre-cut all your vegetables, the day before. If you had time, get them all pre-cut and just have it ready to go. Throw it into the pot, cook it down, and real simple.
That's what we all need.
And it's a favorite of most everyone. Most everyone knows what a New England clam chowder, but the Manhattan clam chowder, some people aren't quite sure about that one. Pat and I had a conversation
we
about that.
did.
I'm going to try that in another Savage Kitchen to see if she likes it. So
You have your work cut out for you.
I think I can do it. I got faith in myself.
Now the fun part. We
Let's
get to
dig
taste. This is my favorite also.
Absolutely
Very
wonderful.
good.
Rich, creamy. You'll love it.
This is the ticket. Stay warm on those cold March evenings with the Clef House Clam Chowder. Be sure to join us next week for a bit of the Irish, just in time for St. Patrick's Day.